My name is Gemma's Journey Grace. I walk this world in my own pace. I see the colors others miss. I've got a heart you can't dismiss. Some days are loud, some days are bright, but every step I take is mine. I shine my truth in every space. This is Gemma's Journey Grace. I live with autism, and that's my power. I rise up stronger every hour. Don't need your perfect, don't need your doubt. I know who I am, and I'm standing proud. I'm finding my rhythm, my voice, my place. This is Gemma's journey, this is my grace. You might not see what's in my mind, but there's a world of stars behind. I feel the music in the air, I feel the love that's always there. My story's written in my way, no rules to how I shine today. I'm on a path I'm meant to chase. Call me Gemma's Journey Grace. I live with autism, and that's my power. I rise up stronger every hour. Don't need your perfect, don't need your doubt. I know who I am, and I'm standing proud. I'm finding my rhythm, my voice, my place. This is Gemma's journey, this is my grace. Every challenge, every fight, I keep on moving toward the light. My heart is steady, my dream is clear. I'm not alone, I'm still right here. I live with autism, and that's my power. I grow more fearless every hour. I'm writing my story line by line. This journey's tough, but it's all mine. I'm finding my rhythm, my voice, my place. I'm Gemma's Journey. I am great.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Tuesday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I want to talk about, does my autism make me mentally challenged? This video is a topic that has come up recently on a live stream. A content creator was saying about people with autism and people with being mentally challenged. I wanted to debunk him and also say it from my own autistic personal perspective. And I'm going to read what Google definition says. So here we go. It says, does autism make you mentally ill or mentally challenged? No. Autism is a neurodevelopmental difference, not a mental illness. But autistic people are significantly more likely to develop co-occurring mental health conditions like anxiety, depression, or ADHD due to societal challenges, sensory overload, stigma, and difficulty accessing appropriate supports, leading to high rates of co-occurrence. So, what are the key differences? Autism is a spectrum condition affecting social communication, interaction, and sensory processing. It's how the brain is wired. Mental illness. Conditions like depression or anxiety that affect mood, thinking, behaviour, often stemming from biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Why mental health issues are common in autistic people. Social pressures. Trying to fit into a world designed for neurotypical people causes immense stress, leading to anxiety and burnout. Sensory overload. Overwhelming environments, bright lights, loud noises can be deeply distressing. Stigma and discrimination. Facing misunderstanding and prejudice increases the risk of mental health problems. Trauma. Higher rates of bullying, abuse, and neglect to poor mental health. Barriers to support. difficulty getting access or accurate diagnosis or therapies that understands autism adds to our stress. Common co-occurring conditions: anxiety disorders, depression, ADHD, eating disorders, and psychosis. In summary, autism does not make you mentally ill, but living as an autistic person and in an unaccommodating world can create significant mental health challenges, making conditions that much more common. So that's what Google actually says on their homepage about it. So, yeah, and then I'm going to briefly read what is autism description from the National Autistic Society, which I will link down below here. And it says, autism influences how people experience and interact with the world. It is a lifelong neurodivergence and disability. Autistic people are different from each other, but for a diagnosis they must share from non-autistic people in how they think, feel, and communicate. Being autistic means you may feel things and react to them differently to non-autistic people. You may find socializing confusing and tiring, and you may become overwhelmed in loud or busy places. You may have intense interests, prefer order and routines, and use repetitive movements or actions to calm yourself. You might mask your discomfort to fit in, which can lead to mental health. So that's what the National Autistic Society says. So, yeah. And from my own perspective, Eli, I think, it's really dangerous for you to come out here and basically say that people with autism and people with mental challenges are mentally ill. That's extremely dangerous and, quite frankly, to be honest with you, ignorant. And it shows from your lack of knowledge that you are lacking in knowledge. You are very ignorant and you've made some really dangerous assumptions and statements. And for me, my autism does not make me mentally ill or mentally challenged in any shape, size or form. I am someone who is diagnosed with high-functioning autism, which you know nothing about. High-functioning autism makes me very sensory aware. It makes me very heightened. It makes me think, feel, react differently to the world than you. I see things from logic and routine and order and structure. I see things that are easy to solve, easy to fix, where you might find them difficult. My autism makes me extremely gifted. It makes me see the world differently. It helps me to research. It helps me to keep focus. It helps me to keep on a schedule. And it makes me feel good about myself. My autism is a different way and a gift of seeing the world. My autism is something that I've learned to accept and progress with and research and look into and accept myself for being the neurodivergent that I am. It helps me to feel absolutely amazing. My autism helps me to be creative with my poetry. It does not make me mentally ill or mentally challenged, Eli. My autism is a neurodivergence. It's how my brain is wired. I was born this way. I was made this way for a reason. And yes, I may have other co-occurring conditions. I might have anxiety, depressive episodes. Yeah, sure I do. Every day. I struggle with my emotions every day. I'm up, down all the time. But autism does not make people mentally challenged or mentally ill. It's more than likely we do get co-occurring conditions or can develop concurring conditions, but it is not a mental illness or mental challenge. It is a different way of thinking, feeling and reacting to the world around us that isn't built for us. This world is built for the non-disabled, the non-autistic, the non-diverse person, and unfortunately this world does stigmatise us and leaves us out and makes us feel like we're not wanted or accepted. And can often, when people hear the word autism, they think we're mad, or they hear, oh, they're going to need this, they're going to need that, they're going to be off sick from work all the time. No, we're not. Like, my autism is a difference. It is a way of me seeing the world differently. I love how I am. I love the fact that I'm autistic. Yeah, sure, there's some challenges that get thrown in there with noise and crowds and food and smells and touch and but I deal with that. I accept that for who I am. I love who I am. My autism is just a neurodiverse difference in my life. It's how I think, feel, react to the world. I love being different. I love to be able to help people. I can guide people. I can advocate for myself. I can advocate to others. I can share my journey with people who are interested in learning about what autism is. I can share my experiences of how I've worked in mental health units and worked in my local hospitals, advocating to doctors, nurses, clinicians, catering staff, receptionists, admin staff, back office staff. You know, I've taught a lot of people over my years. I've even taught my own local feds about autism in the past. I've trained over 600 police in the last 8 years. Like, I've done a lot to be proud of, and my autism is certainly not a mental health issue or a mental health illness. It is a difference. It is a neurodevelopmental difference. It's how my brain is connected. It's how it is wired. My brain communicates in a different way to what the non-disabled or non-autistic brain goes through every day. My brain takes a little bit more longer to sensory process and auditory process. It does not make me mentally ill or mentally challenged. It's just a different way of seeing the world. And people like you who are out there who are very ignorant, and you stigmatize and you discriminate and you hate and you say things about, oh well, we won't work with people who are, you know, autistic or mentally challenged or mentally ill. Do you know how hateful that is? Do you have any idea how dangerous that is, that you've just put labels out there saying, oh, we won't work with people like you. We won't work with people who are mentally ill or mentally challenged. Like, how dare you? Like, you shouldn't even be working with people like me anyway. But to be fair, you shouldn't be putting out the assumption. You've just basically cut off a lot of people who could potentially be needing help or support. And you've just basically said, nah, we don't want them. Nah, we're not going to work with them. Like, people are in need. They need help. Yes, we have maybe trauma issues and we have barriers to access and services because people don't know how to talk to us or communicate with us. But again, this is down to stigma. It's down to fear. It's down to stereotypes. It's down to things that people don't understand. They want to just assume that they know everything about autism, and they don't. And it's very, very frustrating that I have to sit here and express this again, because people like you are out there being dangerous and just ignorant and very, very biased, and it's not fair, it's not right, it's not okay, and people like me will speak up and end the stigma. I'm sick of people having this stigma, this bias in their head, going, oh well, you're just mentally ill, you know, you're just mentally sick in the head. Like, no, I'm not. My autism is a gift. It's a blessing. It's something that's helped me to get access to BBC radio and TV. It's helped me to get access to mental health units. I've been able to train police. I've been able to do lots of things that I would never have ever thought of back before my diagnosis. I've been diagnosed 13 years, and I'm extremely proud of all the work I've done in the last 13 years. I've even been able to work with my own train network. I've been able to talk to them about how to make train rides more easier and the train station more accessible and things like that. I've got so much connections now that I never had before. I've got so many more new friends. Autism is not a mental illness. It does not make you mentally challenged. Please, guys, be careful. And if you want to know more about autism, I will link some support websites down below in the description box. Yeah, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!